Good morning, just checking in from the training room this morning. It's day 6 of NLP Practitioner training. We're waiting for everyone to arrive, so again, it might be a little bit of background noise or interruption at any point, but that's okay. People tend to know what I'm doing when I'm talking to my phone these days anyway. I want to talk today about the NLP Practitioner Audios. For my training, I've taken the time to make my own audios to accompany my training, and that was a really important thing for me to do. It's something that very few trainers actually do, and I haven't come across any that I've met who've done that for themselves. There might be some, but I haven't met any. Most people, what they do is they buy in audios that were made maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago by somebody who they possibly have never met, and that they'll be standard NLP practitioner training audios, and they will, they're the template of your standard curriculum, basically. And it won't necessarily match the training 100% because they're not made by the trainer who's running the training, and that's why I took the time to make my own audios. It did take me a good few months. It was a big project. At one point I thought I'd never get to the end of it, but I sort of marched on through and I did get to the end of it. And I'm really, really glad that I did that, because what I've got now is a set of audios that have got no fluff in them, there's no waffle in them, they're tailor-made to fit my training. You don't have to listen to stuff that isn't relevant to my training, because what you listen to on the audios fits exactly with what I teach in the class, because it's the same person, I made them. I've talked to people and I've heard about some experiences where people are getting asked to listen to like 40 hours of audio and listen to it 3 times over before they come on the training. Now, that to me is a bit much. That's 3 weeks of your life, 3 weeks of your working life that you have to put aside to listen to audios that aren't even made by the trainer you're going to train with. I've heard people say that there's quite a bit of waffle on those audios. Sometimes it's a bit like watching paint dry, having to listen to that, wade your way through that 40 hours, and you get to the end of it and you've got to do it again and again and another time. My audios are short and sweet. I don't do waffle. If you know me as a person, you know that I don't do waffle. I don't even do a lot of chit-chat. I'm straight to the point. I want to get on with the serious business of learning. My audios are 10 hours. That is the NLP Practitioner Audios, 10 hours from start to finish. You can listen to 10 hours of audio in a week if you need to, 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday, or an hour and a bit, 7 days a week. So to listen to them 3 times over, you can do that in 3 weeks if you've got a clear structure for listening. If you're happy to put aside an hour or 2 every day, you can get through the audios 3 times over in 3 weeks. And for me, that's a reasonable commitment to ask someone who's going to join my training. Because those audios are made by me, they cover the subjects we cover in class, they're short, sweet and to the point, they talk the same language, they explain things in the same way. So you already, when you come in the training room, you've got a head start. This is the point of having audios to accompany the practitioner training. When you come in the training room, you've got a head start. You know the lingo, you know the jargon, you know the concepts and the ideas, and so we get to jump straight in and get on with the practice of it. And people get to ask questions and have a go at it and share their experience. And that's how we're able to learn very quickly on NLP Practitioner intensive training. My training is intensive, but I still offer 8 days. And again, you know, if you're going to look at booking NLP Practitioner training, do look at how many days you get, how many hours in the classroom for each day. What I'm running is 9:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. 4 days, and then a few weeks break and repeat again. And that means that those days, it sounds like long days, but if you ask anyone who's been on my training, they'll tell you the days fly by. They go so quick. We get a good lunch break, and we get a couple of breaks mid-morning, mid-afternoon for tea and coffee. So, but even with those breaks, we get actually 8 hours of training delivery on every day. So you know that you're getting 32 hours of training delivery per 4 days, 64 hours across the course. I think that's really, really good value. For a practitioner training. It's more than you'll find if you look around and take the time to ask the questions. How long are the training days? How much training delivery per day, etc. You know, have a look around and compare it. And I'd be interested to hear what you come back with. I'm always interested to hear what else is going on. But I wanted to share, that's why I took the time to make my own practitioner training audios, because what you're getting is highly relevant to my course, and I'm not going to waste your time asking you to listen to stuff that isn't relevant to the course, or that is just waffle and not really that relevant anyway. So I won't ask you to watch paint dry. What you get with the practitioner audios with my training is really interesting audios that you'll enjoy listening to, and you'll be waiting to get to the next one, because there's no wasted time. It's short and sweet and to the point, and it gives you good information that you can start using straight away, so that your learning journey will begin from the day that you book on practitioner training with a deposit. So when you pay your deposit down, you get your audios and you start your NLP learning journey right then. The audios will take you on a journey all of their own, and then you'll come to the training and it will basically just ramp up the volume. And we got a whole new level of learning when you get to the training, okay? So that's what I want to tell you about. I'm going to crack on in a minute because people are coming in and we're going to have to start the class shortly, but I want to get a cup of tea first. Today we're looking at parts integration, positive intention and parts integration. That's the technical label of what we're doing today. And it's all about when we get those inner conflicts. So I want to do something. On the one hand I want to do it, but on the other hand there's something holding me back. And we have that feeling of conflict going on within us. Pulled in this direction, want to do it. Pulled in this direction, can't seem to get on with it. And that tension between being pulled in two different directions, that's a hard thing to live with. So today we're going to be looking at what's going on when that tension arises. Why does that tension arise? What happens to people? What's people's experience when they're running that kind of conflict, that inner conflict? And we're going to look at how to resolve it. How do you resolve that inner conflict that's been going on for years, and at the time the client comes to you, they will be feeling like this about it. So people are going to get a chance today to resolve some of those inner conflicts that might have been running in the background, and it's nice to get them sorted out. Hi to everyone who's watching, by the way. Hi Denise. We certainly do plan to have a fab day, and I'm going to go now and say hi to everyone who's come in while I've been recording this live and crack on with it. So we'll catch you all soon. Bye for now.